Oh, hello, it's me, Jake. Hello. I was going to say it's Monday, but it's not Monday, is it? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, June 1st. So it is not the first day of the week, but it's the first day of June. Tuesday, June 6th. Oh, got some Explore backup cameras on the computer over there. In case I want to do some exploring, some backup cameras. Jen, you're here. Greetings to you. Oh man, I've got a little bit of funny news to tell you, and I have an apology and some funny news. I'm doing a couple of things here.
Hello.
Well, let me turn the volume down. Yes, I see Jen's here. I see who else is here. Don't see anybody yet. It says 4 people are here. All right. Well, just the 4 of us. We can make it if we try. Yes, Bob. Happy June to you, sir. Happy June. Ouija, you're here. Welcome aboard. From the land of the midnight sun, Keys, pants are absent. Scott, greetings. You know, here is what I can tell you about today. Scott, you're here. I don't see Rachel yet, but let me tell you something. Lady Jerry went out to go to the hardware store, and she opened the gate, and there was a little bag hanging on the gate with some presents in it. And it was like, Christopher, hello. Greetings to you, Christopher. Greetings, Jay. I see you. And there was bags with these presents in there, and Belinda says, these look like they're from Rachel, but they weren't in a box. Gary, hey, hey. And I said, that's weird. And then there's a note in there. It's from Rachel, and she's saying, oh, I guess you didn't get the email. And I was like, well, I didn't get the email, Rachel. And I have been better than usual about checking my email, but I didn't check the email. I didn't see the email, hello pic, from Rachel that she and Jason were here in town because their daughter's going to college here, and we could have said hello to them. They were right in the driveway. They were right outside our gate, and I didn't realize it until after they had left that they were here. So that was both slightly startling because people have your home address and they're right outside bringing you presents. This is the kind of stalking that is, I suppose, okay. But we missed Rachel and Jason today, so that was a bit sad and my fault because I didn't check the email, and I blew it. I think they may be on their way to the airport now, or maybe they're just upset at my incompetence. Or maybe they're right there at the top of the driveway in their car. Maybe they saw us. Anyway, you're putting your address out to anyone just in case there are presents. Yeah, Jen, it's a good idea. That may be how we go to Jake Fest. We just drive around in a big bus and pick everybody up. That could happen. But today is Tuesday, so that means Bible story and letter from Grandma. And today, guest letter from Grandma, from Surprise Grandma. Lady Jerry Belinda's grandma has written a letter. We're gonna have that as our letter from Grandma today. Instead of my grandma, it's gonna be her grandma. My grandma, your grandma, sitting by the fire. Hey now. So today's Bible story, as promised, from here, the Children's Illustrated Bible. I thought the camera was supposed to be following us around, but it doesn't seem like it is following us around. What's gone wrong? No, it says live follow. Find faces live follow. I don't know why it's not doing it. There we go. See if that helps. Oh yeah, there we are. Now things are happening, huh? Oops, a little glitchy. I did just upgrade the firmware. Oh, the Mevo. Tedious. Just in time for the grandma battle. Not quite. We had a little Bible story first. Where's Dave? I don't know where Dave is. Where's Dave? Dave's not here. Easy to find in Spofford, New Hampshire. Just look for the golf course. Any presents that anybody wants to leave would be most appreciated. Well, Bob, that sounds good. Don't leave a golf cart in the lake. I get that. The Ark is captured. The Ark of the Covenant, if you recall, previously in the Bible, the Israelis have the covenant from the Lord, their Lord, as depicted in the Bible, the Holy Bible. The Israelites, badly defeated in battle by the Philistines, decided to fetch the Ark of the Covenant from Shiloh. It's their lucky charm, the Ark of the Covenant. And it does seem like God's promised them the promised land, and they're in the promised land, and they're getting some hass from the Philistines. And they're defeated in battle by the Philistines, so they decide what we should get is the Ark of the Covenant, just to show that off a little bit. When the Ark was near, they believed that God was with them and would save them from their enemies. Does God just forget? Hey, did you forget the deal you made with us, God? Do we have to go get the Ark? It's us, the Israelites. The Ark was carried into camp, and a great shout went up, a shout that struck fear into the heart of the Philistines. That sounds like the type of shouting you do when you've just brought the Ark of Covenant around. It's like the Stanley Cup when it comes to your town. The Israelite God is a terrible God, the Philistines said. They said that to one another. The Israelite God is a terrible God. He is terrible. Very terrible. Yeah, I'm a little worried about him. What if he shows up at night? I don't know. We should lock our doors. Yeah, and do you have any lamb's blood? I heard that works. Okay. We must fight with all our strength, not to be overcome, the Philistines said. And again the Philistines fought and defeated the people of Israel, and they seized the Ark. And the Israelites must have been like, this Ark doesn't work. We've got to take it back to Arks or us. Because this thing is, what kind of a warranty do we get with this Ark of the Covenant? First we get defeated, we think it's not big, the Ark isn't close enough. And then we bring the Ark close, then they kick our ass now, and now they've stolen our Ark. Well, good. Hey, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right. A man from the tribe of Benjamin fled from the battle and went to Shiloh, where he found Eli, the old priest. What has happened, my son? Asked Eli. The Philistines have defeated us, and we've suffered heavy losses, and the Philistines have taken the Ark. Eli said, you had one job. I loaned you the Ark. All you had to do was bring it back. I'm revoking your checkout privileges from the temple. When Eli heard that the Ark of the Covenant, which he had watched over for so many years, had been captured, his heart stopped, and he fell to the ground dead. Oh. So Eli, crushed that they've lost the Ark, he doesn't realize that it doesn't work. The Philistines took the Ark to Ashdod and put it in the temple of Dagon. Dagon Ark, that Dagon Ark doesn't work. Beside a statue of their god. We're going to put your box of books next to a statue of our god. The next morning, the statue of Dagon was found lying on the ground in front of the Ark. Puzzled. The priests set the golden image upright, but the following day, Dagon was found again on the ground, and his head and both his hands were broken off. Soon afterwards, the Philistines were struck by a plague of boils, and their land was overrun with rats. So the Ark does work after all. It just needed to be like those old TVs we used to see. The Fonzie would fix a TV by slapping it. The Fonzie, I think it was just the Fonzie. We must send the Ark back with a peace offering, the Philistines decided. No, now they're afraid of the Ark. They laid the Ark on a cart, and beside it, they placed a casket of gold. That's a good present, right? Let's just put the gold in the casket. Kind of sends a little bit of a mixed message. Like, here's a casket, we're going to bury it. No, it's full of gold. Surprise, we love you. They wanted to see how powerful the God of the Israelites was, so they put untrained cows between the shafts, and without a driver, the cows pulled the cart straight down the road. So the cart, it's great at producing plagues of boils and rats. It doesn't work when you're battling the Philistines, but it'll knock over your statue and break its head and hands off. And you can teach a cow some tricks. This Ark, it's really how you write the magic show that you're going to do with the Ark that's the important thing. Some Israelites were harvesting wheat in the fields when they looked up and saw the cart approaching. Overjoyed, they ran to it and gently lifted the sacred chest to the ground. They're very happy to have their Ark back. A burnt sacrifice was made, and they thanked God that the ark was safely in their hands once more. And they said, look, we're going to take this thing, we're going to use this thing in battle again, but this time, you guys, we're actually going to have to try a little harder, because it only works if you work it, the ark. That's what we've learned about the ark. Sounds like a night at the museum meets Jumanji. Yeah, it could be. Where are we at here? I see Cindy's watching. Have I ever worked with hand puppet? That Philistine dialogue was right on the mark. Thanks, Pick. I'm doing the best I can. And as promised, it's Lady Jerry with a letter from Grandma. This perfect timing. I just finished the story of the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sorry that I missed that. I told my gran to give my best to God because she was going to church today. So I said, say good day from me and give God my best. She didn't laugh.
You called who?
I was talking to my grandmother today, the one who wrote this letter.
I thought you talked to her yesterday.
No, that was my mother. I have a mother, I have a grandmother. So my grandmother, as you guys probably, she's old. She's 102. So I said to her on the phone. So she was going to church today, and she said she likes it because it's right there in the, the old, people's home where she lives.
They've got a church right in their home?
Yeah, it looks a bit pixelated and weird. Hopefully it's not too horrible for you guys. But anyway, when I said, say good day to God from me, she didn't think it was funny. She didn't laugh. I mean, maybe she couldn't hear me. She can't see very well and she can't hear very well. But she, but I did.
It's also a weird thing to say to someone who's 102. Say hey to God for me.
Yeah, she might not get. She probably just. Yeah.
You mean today or when I die?
No, I meant today when she goes to the house of God.
I know what you meant.
So my grandmother, who's 102. I thought that she was not the oldest person in there. That there was some old guy, some old geezer who was 107, which is what my mum told me yesterday. Well, my mum has got her wires crossed. No, there was an old duck, a lady, who was 105, but she, what did Gran say? She curled up her toes the other day, meaning she's dead. So now,
you popped her clogs. That's what you.
Well, you'd say popped clogs, but Gran says curled up her toes. Yeah. No, she curled up her toes, my grandmother said. And now, Edith, my gran, is the oldest person at Waipu at 102.
Yeah.
So she's got the title.
As I've said before, when they put that crown on your head for the oldest person on earth, it's still warm from the person they took it off of, and you better enjoy it. You want to schedule your party right away.
Yeah. Slow internet. Top.
Yeah, don't worry about
that. Don't even read that. Okay, so shall I read? Now, this, I'm very sad, is just a short letter that I found, and this was a birthday letter, so But
pretty good. What year is it from?
This is from 2015, and it's the 24th. We put the day first. We go day, month, year, which really is more logical than month, day, year.
April 24th.
No, that's a 7, actually. It's
July,
because it's for the birthdays.
July 21st. Oh.
4th.
2015.
Oh, no, maybe 27.
2015.
God.
So that'd be
not that long ago.
6 years ago. Remember back in 2015?
Yeah, how great things were.
That was before the pandemic, but after the global financial crisis.
Well, Gran was still writing letters then, and this gives you a little bit of an insight into my Gran. So, okay, dearest Belinda, Jake, and Fanula, have very happy birthdays. I wonder if the temperature is any lower than when I spoke to you yesterday. Unfortunately, I can't remember back to 215 in July and how hot I told her it was the day before. Belinda, there are some interesting documentaries on the radio. Recently, I heard that James Watt, and I forgot the name of the co-inventor, patented and spent 50 years developing the steam engine with a lot of help from Mr. Newcomb. James Watt got all the credit. Stephen Gale, that's one of my mother's first cousins, so a second cousin to me. Stephen Gale told me there is enough coal in New Zealand to supply us with electricity indefinitely.
Dirty coal.
Dirty old coal, not very nice. And then referencing back, so what you'd call a callback in comedy, but not that it's funny. So I wonder if the famous Mr. Newcomb is your ancestor. Much love to you all, Gran. Because I've got a lot of. So my name is Belinda Josephine Newcomb Weymouth, and Newcomb is a family name, and it's my dad's second name. And we had a guy who was the Archbishop of Ireland. He was an English guy, but he got sent over to Ireland in the 1700s.
Oh, you said at first you said Ireland.
I say Ireland to put an R in it, so otherwise
Yeah.
I'd say Ireland.
Island.
So it would sound like an Irish. So
Ireland.
when I say Ireland, I actually do put an R.
And you're wearing your Irish cap.
Well, it's from New Zealand, but we could say
Yeah,
it's Irish.
it's a
'cause
lovely
It's
cap.
green.
You got that from Air New Zealand.
I got that on air points. The air points were about to expire, and I could have gotten something nice for a family member in New Zealand, or something for you. But when I saw this cap, I mean, when I got the cap, I
Oh,
thought
you really did a good job.
if it was too big for me, it was going to be yours.
It would have to be very big for you. I've got a very
Yeah, you've
big
got a
head.
what a noggin. That's what we say about Jake. We look at we go,
What
oh
a
my
noggin.
god. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a friend.
What a compliment. So sweet.
Yeah, so yeah,
sweet.
that's what I'm known for, my sweetness. I did say to Jake the other day, there are nicer wives than me, but they're not as fun, Jerry. I mean,
And
they're
that's
just
been
not.
that's sort of your motto, your business plan. It's your
I'm gonna
value
get.
add,
I'm gonna get a little. I'm
There's
gonna get a
nicer
badge.
ones.
Yeah, there are nicer ones.
but they're not as much fun.
Yeah, exactly. So who wants a nicer one if they're not as much fun? But
Well, it's nice to have you aboard on the daily briefing. You know,
Oh, well,
you're
it's-
missed mostly
yes.
by me. Well, no, by everyone too. But
well, it's nice to say. Well, I hope you. Yeah, I miss you. I hope you miss me. It's very nice to be here with you all, and I'm sorry if we just.
apologies that it looks like
Horribly
it's a little glitchy as I'm
pixelated.
looking at it here.
Yeah.
But that it may be coming out all right. But that just might be the
Aw.
what's going on the
Very sweet
screen here.
hellos from everybody. Thank you.
Mm.
Yay for Lady J. Hi, Jen. Hello, Christopher. Thank you for welcoming me back. It's good to be back.
Welcome to be back. Welcome
I
to
had
be
a
back.
friend whose head was so big that his mother used, and he was an actor.
How big was
And
it?
she said, "Oh my God, when you're on television, your head is as big as a ham."
As big as a ham.
Yeah,
He's
a
got
Christmas
a head
ham.
like a ham.
Yeah, can you imagine your mother?
A Christmas ham. That's a big ham.
That's a big ham. That's a ham that the whole family's going to eat. That's how
You wouldn't
big it
like
is.
to have a head like a ham, but a Christmas ham is even worse.
Oh my God. Yeah, thank God no one's ever told me I've got a head like a ham.
And if you were thinking about doing that, please don't.
Yeah, don't somebody say, but Lady Jerry, your head is as big as a
You
ham.
do have a head like a yam.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has
Sweet.
a head like a yam, orange.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
my God, yeah.
Has your
Don't-
personality changed since you were little, or are
Oh.
you pretty much the same?
Oh no, it's definitely changed a lot. I mean,
You become a bit less nice, and
no, I've become more nice.
and a bit more fun.
No, yeah, exactly. Less nice, more fun. I don't know. When I was little, I was very worried that my head was sort of the size of a pin and I had a very big body. And I remember once, I must have had a dress that did it to me, this summer dress, and it sort of made my body look very big and boxy and my head looked sort of little on the top. And I remember asking someone on the grounds of the Havelock North Primary School, and it's pretty vulnerable to say that to someone because, you know, then they're going to run and tell everyone else and they're going to go, tiny head, tiny head.
No one ever said tiny head.
No, because I asked her, I said, hey, is my head really little?
Usually the
Oh,
joke
but-
about
Hey.
husbands and wives is the wife will say, does this dress make my ass look big?
And the
But
husband
you
will
were
say,
like, does this dress make my head look big?
no, my head looked little. I
Oh,
thought-
does this make this
My-
dress make my head look huge?
Yeah, that was my
Tiny?
yeah, I was like,
Does this dress? Does
Yeah.
my head seem properly proportioned in this dress? It's like, what does the dress have to
know.
do with your head?
I know exactly. Well, I was explaining before, the dress sort of was kind of boxy, and then I just looked like I had this little sort
Mm.
of turtle head that had come up out of it to sort of look around. So a tortoise, you know, imagine, or a turtle when they come out and they look around and their heads are quite small in comparison to the whole big shell.
Yes.
Are you getting it now?
I am getting
Lord
it.
Jerry, because Jesus, I'm really
My head is
really
is,
trying with the
is-
analogies
is
to help this
both
guy
big-
out.
Is both big and thick. Flavia has a terrible cluster headache today.
Oh no!
Speaking of heads.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh,
Nobody
God.
likes to have a headache.
Big ass ham from Letterman.
Yeah, Letterman used to do a joke about a big ass ham.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay, all right. Well, I obviously didn't watch as many Lettermans as I should have, but I tried.
Oh, well, you did your best. That's
I
what
did.
really-
I
that's what
watched
counts.
all the ones you were
So
on.
you've got a new video up on your Instagram. Is it on Instagram?
No,
or
no, no,
it's on Twitter.
it's
So you got
on-
to follow
yeah.
Belinda Weymouth on Twitter, and you can see your latest interview with
Cassandra Treadwell, she is a New Zealander, super cool woman. She's in Kenya and Tanzania, and she's educating girls and boys. And I interviewed her because, you know, they say that educating girls is in the top 10 ways that we're going to lower, I've got it around to climate change, thank you, Jerry, our global
thank you,
carbon
Jerry.
emissions. And so, but the thing that was really amazing about talking to her, she's been on the ground for 12 years. She's educating girls and boys. But the girl thing is really huge because where they are, which is in rural Kenya, these kids are still the girls are being sold before they're 10 or 11 for marriage for a couple of goats. And there's still female genital
What
cutting.
do you get for a girl now? 2 goats?
You get a couple of goats. And then what they try to explain is if you send her to school and if she goes on to university, you'll be getting a couple of goats every week out of this, you know, out of the one that you... Because everyone has to have a purpose. And it's not that the mothers are being cruel to them. Anyway, would you... I
was just laughing because I was just trying to do a goat dollar conversion factor.
Oh.
Like our new camper...
How many goats?
What would that cost in goats? Stephen Gale told your grandmother back in 2015 that there's enough coal in New Zealand to supply them with electricity indefinitely. That means forever.
Yeah, I know, but New Zealand...
can't possibly be true because forever is a long, long time.
Yeah, well, until we're underwater. But the other thing that this education is doing is these girls, you know, they see themselves as just commodities, their own, you know, they're the property of their dads and their brothers. And when they find out they have human rights, which are recognized by people all over the world, they kind of get like, you know, like kind of wow. And it's having an effect, you know, they're coming back to the villages and watch the YouTube video and you'll see what happens. Because it's pretty amazing what some knowledge does. And the other thing, can I just say this really quickly?
Well, this is about, Ed is saying, educating women lowers the birth rate significantly.
Yes. Do you know, Ed, that if we educated the 130 million girls, you might have already heard me say this, who are currently denied education, if we started tomorrow, we'd have 843 million less people on the planet by 2050. That would be a huge one.
And it's not necessarily because they don't want to have sex. It's because they're having birth control.
Yeah, and they have fewer children. They have them later.
I just thought I'd point that out, gents.
Yeah. Don't worry, gents. You're not going to be denied your, you know. But please watch it on YouTube, and if you can like it and share it with other people and subscribe to my channel, that would be great.
Keys says Uma cost him 5 goats. She is some lady, Keys, I have to admit.
She's
worth it. Worth every goat.
She's a keeper. I mean, she's nice as well as fun, you know, right?
Pick is saying, meanwhile in the U.S., politicians are trying to make students more ignorant. Sadly.
Yeah.
It seems
pretty
so
horrible.
Sometimes. You guys need to plan to go visit Edith next summer, Ed's saying.
No. He's talking about Cassandra. Nothing like having a local contact when visiting Kenya and Tanzania.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, unfortunately. Oh, I could see when Cassandra's going to be there because she lives in Wanaka, New Zealand, and then she goes there. But yes, I could see when she's going to be there, and then I could do another.
We could visit her in New Zealand. You could interview her in person.
No, but Wanaka's not nearly as exotic as Kenya or Tanzania. We've been to Wanaka before. I mean, Wanaka's beautiful.
I've been to Wanaka, it's pretty great. I've never been to Tanzania and Kenya.
Yeah, I've been to Kenya. It's
not as nice as Wanaka. Oh, Wanaka's a bit nicer than this, isn't it?
Oh my God!
Oh, they don't have any.
Wanaka.
I'd like to get a flat white. You can't get a flat white in Tanzania, can you?
Do you remember? Nah. Do you remember that? Well, you sound like an Ocker, not like a New Zealander. Do you remember the fantastic cafe that there is in Wanaka?
Yeah, Kai Whakapai.
Kai Whakapai. Oh my God, they have some good food there. If you go to New Zealand and you go to Wanaka, you have to go to Kai Whakapai and have their delicious food. The cafes in New Zealand, the lunch there is really good. Right?
Yes. I would have to say, in New Zealand, generally, lunch is better. You have a big lunch, and don't plan on going heavy on dinner.
Jake likes cheesy, eggy, bacony things, and New Zealand is really down for that.
That's why I love you. You cheesy, eggy, and bacony.
I'm not bacony.
It's about time for another bacon and egg pie, isn't it? Bob says he paid 7 goats for his wife, but he got 3 chipmunks in change. Keith says they still have leftover chicken tikka masala and prawn biryani.
Oh, God.
Biryani.
You're going to make Jake very jealous.
Oh, you should have seen the pictures.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Did you take any pictures of what I made for our Memorial Day dinner? That was pretty yummy.
No.
It was very colorful.
Well, it's a dish. There'll be other opportunities to take photos of that.
Wow, what a resounding endorsement from Lord Jerry. I was like, come on, man. Well, my neighbour Cassandra, she loved it. It's because I did it in colours.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I mean, yes.
And I cooked hot dogs and sausages on the grill.
You did. And Fanula cooked herself Impossible burgers because she's an impossible
It was
girl.
quite a day.
She's a vegan. What else did we have? There were buns. Oh, and our friends bought spinach madeleine because, it's a bit of a weird thing, I suppose, to have for Memorial Day, but we didn't think so. We thought it was a delicious
We're
thing.
going to have it again for dinner tonight, aren't we?
Yes, because we got left with the leftovers. Now, this is you're punching someone in the...
Well, it's a bottle opener, but it's also... No, it goes the other
right.
way. You had it right the first time. It goes this way around.
Yeah.
The big side goes on the inside. It's a little
It's too big for me, and I'm not going to be opening any
brass
bottles
and
with that.
knuckly kind of thing.
You have to stand up.
Uma's mother ate one goat and trained the others to do chores around the house. Wow.
Oh, that's a good goat.
That's a nice mother-in-law. She eats one goat, but the other two she trains to do chores. That's pretty great. You just standing up. Do you have to go, Jerry?
No, my back is a little bit iffy.
Well, would you like to... It's time
for
Seize the Day.
Did you see? I didn't say it. I saw you pick it up and I went...
We're going to seize the day.
Yeah.
Isn't this exciting? Seizing the day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's the question box. That's not...
Yeah, it's out of a book and I'll read it. No, you'll read it.
You can if you want.
No, you'll read it. Go on. I know what my P's and my Q's are, how to mind my P's and my Q's.
Speaking of bacon, this is really fortuitous. And also, apologies again to Rachel that we missed you guys.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes. Bob says when you eat one goat, the other goats fall right into line. Today's Seize the Day is from Sir Francis Bacon.
Oh, that guy. All right.
Begin doing what you want to do now. We're not living in eternity. Tell me about it. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake. It's a nice one, but I don't recommend you tell the oldest person in your nursing home that. But it is true. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake.
Well, you know what the oldest person at Waipu says every morning when she wakes up?
Fuck, again?
Yeah, bugger! Because she woke up.
Well,
anyway, my poor gran. Old and tired.
Yeah. You know what I say every
And
morning
sweet.
when I wake up? I wonder if Jerry's got her top on. All right, everybody.
He is so predictable. There is just no... Yeah, he leaves nothing to the imagination, guys. So sweet.
Take care of each other and yourselves.
No, it's not a ham.
Head like a beautiful ham.
No, it's a small
Like a
ham.
beautiful ham.
This would not feed everyone at Christmas.
Oh,
yeah, that's
yes.
just a little
If
one.
my head was a ham, we'd
Yeah.
have to
We'd have
tighten
to
up our guest
supplement.
list. All right. Don't give
Okay.
up.
No, don't do that.
There'll be plenty of time to give up later. I love you, you precious snowflake. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, everybody. Cheer.